Welcome to Cheese in Depth. I'm Michael Landis, and today we're talking with Marieke and Laurie with Marieke Gouda. Today's webinar is sponsored by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. With over 1,200 licensed cheesemakers and the only state that requires a license to make cheese, they are also the only place outside of Europe with a Master Cheesemakers program. Today we have the fun privilege of having a Friday afternoon just about ready for a happy hour and enjoying some great cheese and snacks, and of course a little bit of frosty beverages. And joining us will be Marieke and Laurie, and I'm really looking forward to being able to spend a little bit of time with them on a Friday afternoon. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you two. Marieke, Laurie.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today for this session. What a great way to start the weekend, right? So today we are having the opportunity to talk a little bit about what we love doing, and that is making cheese from some awesome milk. We are located in Thorpe, Wisconsin, where we have our own cows, and from our own milk, we make an award-winning Gouda.
Yeah, so today we're gonna share 5 different cheeses with you, and all of our cheeses have a fall theme. But first we're gonna talk about our herd of cows a little bit and tell you why our milk is so awesome.
So you see here Leona, so she's not the only one with a name. So all our Gouda cows, all our Gouda ladies have their own name, and if you're interested in naming a cow after a loved one or a good friend, you can shoot us some suggestions. You can go on our website, www.mariekegouda.com, and see over there, and you can shoot us a message. So our cows, we have about 400 cows right here on the farm, and our herd is existing from, is half of the herd is Holsteins, and the other half, a quarter of the herd is brown Swiss cows. You know, the beautiful brown cows that everybody said they're giving chocolate milk. Unfortunately, that's not true. They give white milk just like all the other cows. And then we have a quarter of the herd is a mixture of everything. So I always say, whenever a cow gives birth here, it's always a surprise what comes out of it. So we have the most funkiest colors, cute patterns, and beautiful calves. And they get a lot of love, tender, and care, because here on the farm, people can come visit us, and they can come snuggle with the cow and cuddle with the calf. So I encourage everybody, when you get lost and you end up in Wisconsin, to stop in. So we milk the cows 3 times a day. So we start 5 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and 9 o'clock in the evening. And the morning milk goes into our cheese fat. So we have a pipeline from the dairy farm to the creamery. And then when the cows get milk, the milk goes straight from the cows into our cheese fat. You see right here in front of it, so it's very fresh. We have a premium raw milk product. I always say we have the circle complete on our farm, because we know our cows, we know how they're being treated. If something goes wrong, we can be right on top of it. So we have it all. So, and then the fun part is also that we have a retail store where people can come. And we used to, well, people could just freely sample our products. You can still come and sample our products on request. So, but that shouldn't stop you anyway. So in the barn, you will see our cows, I always call it, it's a cow spa. And the reason why that is because our barn is a freestyle barn. So the cows walk freely around in their own group, where they can lay when they want, they can eat when they want, drink when they want. And then when they are tired, they can lay down in a nice sand bedding. So a cow lays down for about 16 hours a day. So a very long time, 16 hours a day. But they sleep very little. Okay. They sleep very little, like not even, I think, an hour. So okay. I will have to, like you. Yes. You're like a busy bee. Yes. So then, and then the cow drinks also a bathtub full of water. So people always ask, well, do the cows go outside? Well, cows are free, but it's it's well known that Wisconsin doesn't have the best weather for a cow to be outside. So summers are too hot, winters are too cold, and we kind of basically are existing from a very short time of nice warm weather and a very long period of very cold weather. So so we have curtains that go up in the winter time and can go down in the summertime. So when it's very warm, cows don't like heat, so they need shade. They need water close by because, again, they drink a bathtub full of water. They need shade to cool down because for them, producing milk is like us running or exercise, and we get all this heat around you. A cow needs to get rid of that heat for them to feel comfortable. So we have shade inside. We have a ventilator that cools them down. We have a sprinkle system, and you will see the cows stand up out of their stalls to cool down from that. And then the cow brushes. So it's an automatic cow brush. As soon as the cow touches it, it starts rotating, and it's a nice back scratch. Someday I'm expecting, when we do a tour, often people ask, "Oh, I want one," and so I think one time somebody will sneak out of my group and stand under it. Let me see. So even if we would open the gates, with the weather here in Wisconsin, it's not always suitable for them to go outside. So if there's no shade outside, the cow will stay inside, even though the gates are open. From the other side, it's also consumer driven, because when you eat this cheese and you like it, you kind of expect the same taste of cheese back the next time you buy it. And with us having the cows inside, we can feed consistent, which results in consistent milk, results in a consistent piece of cheese. And we kind of pride ourselves on being very consistent in our flavor profile. So.
That's a shot of our aging room. So right here, where it's actually right underneath us.
Yes, we're sitting on top of it.
Yes, we are.
Here you see indeed our aging room, because that's where the love, tender care actually happens. Making it is one thing. Normally with here in the United States, Optimate Cheddar, they get vacuum packed and put in a cooler where the Goudas go, they have the second part of their make process happen in the aging room. So the first 14 days, well, after we coat them right out of, so the cheese goes in a brine because we don't put salt in by hand. So that's one of the difference. They go for 2.5 days in a brine. And after those 2.5 days, they go drip out for a day, and then we brush on the coating. The coating is like a paint, and we brush it on and it dries up like a skin around the cheese, a breathable skin that, because as the cheeses are aging, it will lose moisture. So we don't use wax. You see some of the Goudas that have a red wax. It's so airtight, it doesn't let the cheese breathe. So they use wax so that the aging of the cheese stops, but it also prevents damaging the wheels during transportation when they come from imported from the Netherlands. Or but the really in Holland we don't really do it. It's only for the exported cheeses that they're waxing the Gouda. We all aging on the para coating that you see. Then the first 14 days we flip the cheese daily. So we grab a wheel, we flip it, we clean it, we put it on the board under or above it, the empty shelf under or above it. And then when all the cheeses are off from that plank, we sanitize the board, we take the board, we flip it, put it back, and we go clean the other cheeses and put it on that board. So it's a very traditional way of doing it. Other cheese do have some of other cheeses do it too. They age on wooden boards, harder cheeses. It's very safe. There's been some commotion about it, but I believe with the right protocols in place and some regular testings, we are regulated by FDA state. We do third-party inspections. So we have a lot of inspection, but we are the biggest inspector because we want to make sure that our product is good when we send it out. So our aging room is between 50 and 55 Fahrenheit and has about 70-75% of humidity, and that's how we age our cheeses. So it's a completely different way of aging cheeses, and our average age is about 9 months before we send out the cheese. So,
how many wheels of cheese are in the? I know it, but how many wheels of cheese are down there?
we kind of pushed it. So we thought we maxed out at 6, but we were able to find, we added on shelves, and we got creative, and we have now 9,000 wheels in.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we did get
9,000
creative.
wheels.
Yeah.
So, and
So-
we're looking at adding on. So our new aging room will fit about 42,000 wheels.
That's a lot of cheese.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. So in that mixture of 9,000 wheels of cheese, there are, like I said, there's 7 different levels of the plain Gouda. There's 20 different flavors, and then we sneak in 5 seasonal. So there's definitely a lot of different options, and that's really what sets us apart from all the other Gouda makers. Even the imported Goudas, like you had mentioned, is our flavors. And we've mastered that because Marieke really good at balancing the cheese and the flavor and never overpowering that taste of cheese, which you could experience today.
Well, we did have a little incident with the bacon, because I like bacon.
Oh, yeah. Mhm. If you haven't tried our bacon,
We had to scale back on the bacon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we got a little
so-
bit too enthusiastic with the bacon.
yes. Next to Gouda, bacon is Marieke's favorite food.
So it was actually more bacon with a little bit Gouda.
Yes, so bacon. Gouda.